substance such that the water cannot pass through them, and thus the soil permeability, the water cannot go through the soil, the marine ecosystem or oceans and seas which we have, isn't it? They are permeable. Permeable means they will allow the water to pass through them. If groundwater withdrawal is greater than its recharge rate, then the sediments in the aquifers get compacted. The freshwater resources are broadly classified as surface water and underground water. And hello my dear students, welcome back to session 3 on the chapter Natural Resources. Last class we had studied about the forest resources. Today we shall study about the water resources. What is water resource? Water resources are the most important resource, and in our country it is used for irrigation, as well as water is one of the major components which is required for life of plants, animals as well as humans, isn't it? So water is very important factor which is required for any living being. And in our country, as I told you all, water majorly is used for irrigation, and also it is used for industries as well as domestic consumption. Next we have, what are the uses of water? Water is essential for all forms of life. As I told you, it's a very important factor for life. Many uses of water include agriculture, industries, household, recreation, environmental activities, and virtually all of these human uses require only fresh water. Even if the earth's surface, or in the earth we have 75% of water, out of which very small amount we have fresh water, rest all is the marine ecosystem or oceans and seas which we have, isn't it? And that water is unfit for drinking, we cannot use it for consumption. So fresh water is what we require the most. No plants or animal species can survive without water, and if water in a body drops by 1%, then we feel thirst, and if it drops by 10%, we can even die due to dehydration. Okay, so that is the importance of water which is there in our lives. Next is about the distribution of water resources. How exactly the water resources are distributed? The fresh water resources are broadly classified as surface water and underground water, and surface water is again classified as standing water bodies and the flowing water bodies. So standing water bodies has ponds, lakes, etc., and flowing water bodies has got river, stream, etc. Okay. Also underground water bodies we have the bore wells or the wells, etc., which are the underground water bodies. Next is about the underground water. Before I go into the details about underground water, we first need to know what are aquifers. A layer of highly permeable rock that can store water. What is it? They are permeable. Permeable means they will allow the water to pass through them. Okay, and they can store water. Then such layers are called as aquifers. Sand and gravels are good aquifers, that is, they allow the water to pass through them, as well as the rocks can store them. Okay, thus they are good aquifers. Whereas clay and crystalline rocks, what are there? They are not so good aquifers. So you can see how if there is aquifers which is like clay, etc., then it is confined here. Here there is the water table which you can see, as well as unconfined, that is, there is a lot of sand or the gravels which are there which allow the water to be permeable. Then you can see there is water table which is there. Okay, so aquifers are what? They are the permeable part of the earth in which the water is stored. Okay. Next is about the effects of overutilization of water. First is decrease of groundwater. Of course, we all know that we are overutilizing water. Why there is overutilization of water? Of course, because of the population what we have, isn't it? The population what we have and the water resources what we have, there's quite an imbalance where we'll have to do a lot of work to conserve water for ourselves as well. So we'll understand why exactly there is decline in, or what are the effects of overutilization of water. We shall understand what are the effects of overutilization of water. First one, as I told you, it is decrease in groundwater level. Increased usage decreases the groundwater level, also insufficient rainfall, and also building construction activity sealing the permeability of soil. So what exactly is happening? One, we are overutilizing. There are many borewells which is being dug into the earth, and underground water what is there is being overused. Okay, one is that. And also we are using lot of buildings, and the construction of the road, it's all cement, or we are sealing the surface of the earth with such substance such that the water cannot pass through them, and thus the soil permeability, the water cannot go through the soil, and the underground water level is decreasing. So that is the second reason. And insufficient rainfall because of the deforestation is again one of the reasons for decreasing in groundwater level. Next is about ground subsidence. What is the meaning of ground subsidence? See, when lot of borewells or it is dug in, okay, we are overutilizing the water. We are extracting the underground water more than what is getting recharged. Recharge means the water when it when there is a rainfall, the water can move through the soil and the underground water table can be maintained at a balance. That recharge is not happening, but we are continuously removing out the groundwater whatever is there. At that point of time, the land can start shrinking, and that is called as ground subsidence. Okay, what is it? If groundwater withdrawal is greater than its recharge rate, then the sediments in the aquifers get compacted. As a result, shrinkage of the land surface takes place, and it results in structural damage to the building, fracture of in pipes, and reversing the flow of canal. So you can see how, because we are continuously removing out water, there is a subsidence in the ground. The land can get compacted, and the infrastructure can start being broken, and also the fracture in the pipes, as well as there can be reverse in the flow of the canals which can take place. Next is about the lowering of water table. So this is again the third effect of overutilization of water. So here, lowering of water table. Why exactly there is lowering of water table? Because we are continuously removing out the underground water and using it more than it is getting recharged, as I told you. So overutilization of groundwater in arid and semi-arid regions for agricultural disturbs the state of equilibrium of hydrological cycle and problems. Lowering of water table, decrease in number of aquifers, change in speed and direction of water. So you can see initial water table, continuously overusing them, there is a cone of depression which is there, and the water table is lowered, and there is no water which you can withdraw at all. Okay, so this is how the water table can continuously decrease before it is being recharged. Okay, next one is intrusion of salt water. Now, what exactly happens? This happens in the coastal areas where we are over-exploiting the underground water level. So, in coastal areas, over-exploitation of groundwater leads to intrusion of salt water from the sea. And once the salt water intrusion is there, that water becomes unfit for drinking. You can see there was fresh water and the salt water was quite far away. We are continuously using the fresh water so much so that the salt water level has come up, and once the salt water intrusion is there, then this water now becomes unfit for any of drinking purpose especially. Okay. Next one is overutilization of water can also lead to famine, landslides, earthquakes, etc. Drying up of the wells. Okay. Due to again overutilization of water, our wells can get dried up, and also pollution of water takes place. Near the agricultural land, groundwater decreases. Therefore, water containing nitrogen enters the ground and pollute the groundwater. And the problem is water which contains excess of nitrate contents is not suitable for drinking. What is it? If the water which is there, we know during agriculture, we add lot of fertilizers, isn't it? And what happens there, the nitrate content in the water, because the during agriculture purpose whatever fertilizers, it can go into the land, it can reach the water bodies, and the water already we are overusing them, so the nitrate content in the remaining water can increase and it becomes unfit for drinking. So these are some of the effects of overutilization of water which we have. Next is reasons for decline of groundwater. Now we are talking only about the groundwater which is there. Now the reasons or the causes for decline is population explosion. Then we have overutilization of surface and groundwater. Already we have learnt about overutilization. Next, deforestation, hydropower energy, building of dams, as well as rainfall. Okay, these are the reasons for the decline of groundwater. We learn each one of them. The first reason for decline in water level or the water resources is population explosion. What is it? Population explosion. We have more than 6 billion of population already in the world, and this population is continuously increasing in coming years. Also, the fresh water supply is very limited. If we do not take any action to save or to conserve water, we'll have a lot of problem coming up in future, as the total annual fresh water withdrawn today, which is estimated, is 3,800 cubic kilometer, but twice as much it was withdrawn 50 years ago. So we have to take care how much water we are using, and the methods for conservation is very important. Next is overutilization of surface and groundwater is one of the reasons for also decline of water. We are overusing of any water. We are not thinking before we are wasting water, I can tell. Lot of water is waste by the agriculturists. They irrigate their lands more than necessary. We use water more than it is necessary, and thus we are wasting lot of water. Also, another reason is deforestation. Deforestation, as I told you, forests are the ones, the roots act like sponges there. They absorb rainwater. The groundwater table will be always recharged if the water is, forest is there. And due to deforestation, the water level is decreased, soil erosion can increase and lead to lot many problems. Okay. So next one is hydropower generation. How hydropower generation is one of the reasons for decline in groundwater. Large amount of water is used for generating power which otherwise can be used for human needs. So that is one more reason that we can have scarcity of water. Also, dams for agriculture and power generation which we are using, and we have rainfall. The rainfall is inadequate, it is not sufficient, and we have erratic rainfall. It rains when it is not necessary, or which can spoil our crop, and it does not rain when we are actually looking forward for it to rain. So there are a lot of climatic changes which are happening, due to which again there is a lot of decline in groundwater level as well. Okay. So I hope you have understood today's class. Thank you, my dear children. Stay tuned for more updates.